Hey guys, how are we doing? It is absolutely pouring outside and it's thundering, and so my dog is tweaking hard. She had to take her medication. You would think that an almost 13-year-old dog would know that she's not gonna die from thunder, but you would not be able to tell that at all. But anyways, it just means that we're not really outside today, so we will be watering all of our plants. When I say our, I mean mine. I don't know why I'm saying it that way. But there are a lot of them, and I feel like I've neglected my plants the last couple weeks. Just with having my ducks and garden outside, I have not done everything that I've needed in here. There are some mealy bugs on some of my plants and I need to attend to that. But things are just kind of dry, and I have a lot of like very expensive plants in here that I bought earlier this summer. I kind of like got most of my wish list plants, which was kind of cool, but then like soon after my ducklings hatched and I kind of just like put them on the back burner. So I gotta just go through. I think I might move some things around, dust leaves, just overall do a big have a big planty day, I guess, and just kind of get some things done, make everything look good again. It's going into fall, so I really want to fertilize everything as well, because pretty soon the sun's gonna be getting a little less bright, and so things won't grow as well. So I want to push everything to their growing limit while I can. And so I'm going to fertilize and just basically make sure everything's pretty healthy. So as you can see, there's nothing that's like dying at this point. Not that you would be able to tell, there's like 150 plants in here. But I'm just gonna show you like what I basically have to do to water. Everyone asks me how long it takes for me to water. And honestly, if I get right at it, it doesn't take more than like 30 minutes. I put on some music, and then I have this like little fountain that's cute, and I use the water. There's a goldfish in there, so he's pooping in there. There's some good nitrogen nutrients in there. So I'm basically just gonna take that water and disperse it amongst all the plants. Oh, Bailey. Look at her. She's so scared. My love. You are so fine. That medication's gonna kick in and you're gonna feel real good. Okay? Poor thing. Okay, anyways, let's set you up somewhere. Okay, so I have a lot of plants. I generally know, or I generally have learned how to water them well. And so a lot of people ask me when they get plants, they're like, how do I water plants? Like, how do I know when they need water? And so it's like pretty simple, honestly. You get the hang of it. Obviously, it takes practice. You're not gonna know right away when you just get a plant like how much you should water it. Every plant's different also, so some plants like wet feet, some plants like to dry out, and so it just depends. The tip that I give people is that they should use their finger and basically stick it in the soil. So you're gonna get real acquainted with your plant there. And so if the top like inch, and it depends on how big the pot is too. So if it's like a bigger pot, I'd go even a little bit deeper. And then in a shallow pot, a little bit, shallower. But just stick your finger in and kind of like feel it around. Don't eat it. Don't stick it in your mouth or anything. But you're going to test and see if it's dry. So if like the top inch of the soil is dry, I would say go ahead, give it a good water. And when you water, I say don't be scared, even with cacti and succulents. Water it fully. So when I say that, drench it, make sure water is like running out, make sure the water is running out of the bottom of the pot. So you know that the water is going all the way down through the pot, getting the bottom of the roots, letting it drain out, and that's how you know you've watered well. And so just test your soil. Each plant's different. Eventually you'll be able to just look and be like, oh, that needs water. Because that's what I do. I don't stick my finger in all of these pots. That'd be absurd. And my nails would not recover. But, so yeah, that's basically how you water. Stick it in. Stick your finger. Stick your finger in the pot and just test the soil. And then also it depends. People are like, how often do you water? I water like once a week, but that depends. Sometimes it's hotter and you have to water more often. Sometimes it's cold and you have to water less often. So it's kind of just like, nothing is just easy. You can't just put things on a schedule. With things like life, if you have kids at all, if you have pets, you know that not everything's just like perfectly on a schedule. You have to kind of adapt. And so with your plants, you kind of just have to keep an eye out. But anyways, I keep getting distracted. That's how I water. I water once a week, water really well. Some plants I give a little more water to, some plants I give a little less water to. If there's anything else, I'm trying to think. I probably will forget and then have to refilm this, but it's whatever. Okay. I'm procrastinating. I'm such a procrastinator. I don't want to get started watering. I don't want to start watering. It's like, there's so much. There's so many plants. I did this to myself. They're gorgeous though. Like, I can't really complain. But it's just, I'm so tired. This weather makes me want to just fall asleep. Okay, let's set this up somewhere. Where can y'all see me? Okay, so basically, what I do to water everything, because going back and forth from the bathroom is absurd. I take this water, so this is like close to 20 gallons of water. And I put this water into this bucket, and then I mix in, this is not a sponsored video, obviously. But I mix in some fertilizer. It's just a general fertilizer. I'll use other types of fertilizer too, but I'm just specifically using, I want to use this up. So, yes, so I basically mix the fertilizer water in this bucket, and then I take a watering can and I take it out of this bucket and I water all of these. So there's all these plants here, all around my bed. All around my bed, and then in this like nook thing, I have plants all up in this. It's my fiddle leaf, super tall, and then I have some like cuttings and stuff like that in here. But so yeah, we will get started. Oh look, the sun's gonna come out. Wow, really? Make me drug my dog 'cause she has anxiety, and then you just decide to not. Okay, anyways, cool. Let's get going. Okay, so I basically already used up a 5-gallon bucket of water. So basically what I do is I just keep emptying that fountain, keep mixing in the fertilizer. As you can see, it's very involved. I have to get like on top of my bed. I have like a frame on my bed that I have to like hold on to while I like lean forward as I water things. And water gets everywhere, it's a mess. I definitely have to like wipe the floor often. But taking a little bit of a break, that elevated my heart rate for sure. But yeah, I have a lot of plants. It takes forever. I'm starting to sweat. Also because my room's like 80% humidity at all times. And like, I like literally put plastic bags over my vents so my air conditioning doesn't like blow on them. So it's very uncomfortable for me, but we do what we must for our children. God, this is why I procrastinate watering, because it takes forever. Sorry, there was a man running outside of our window. I got distracted. But I can't decide. I think that might be all I show you. There's so much. Maybe I'll do a more involved watering video eventually. Where I show you like where I water. Like I have so many plants in this house. So it's like my bedroom, there's plants in the bathroom, there's plants in like the living room downstairs. And then like in the back room in our house, we have like a bunch of plants that I have that I sell. So like they're all like the tiny little like plug plants and tiny like 3-inch, 4-inch pots of plants that I sell. I have to water all those too. And then I have to water the garden outside, and then I have the greenhouse that there's house plants in there too. It's just a lot of watering. And also, because I use a lot of water, I try to be as sustainable as possible. So I have a rain barrel in the backyard that collects water from the roof when it rains. And so there should be a lot of good water in there that I use. And I'll use that water for my calatheas because they are really sensitive to like city water. They don't like the fluoride and chlorine and stuff they put in there. So I'll use that for my calatheas. And then also like once in a while I'll use it for the houseplants too, and they seem to like it a lot. Wow. I did not realize while making this video that watering was so detailed and so had so many components. But it does apparently. Wow, I'm sweaty. Okay, well, I'm kind of bored of filming. Is that bad? And I have a lot to do, so I'm going to leave you guys. And if you have any questions about watering your plants, please feel free. DM me on Instagram or send me a message on YouTube and I will answer them. Yeah, but otherwise have a great rest of the day and I will see you another day.